Good morning, my fellow yogic travelers. I'm mighty glad to be alive today, and I hope that you are too, as we continue to live, laugh, love, learn, linger, and live the life we love. Don't forget to loaf as much as you can and cleanse, hydrate, exfoliate, moisturize, tone, and use your serum. It's Thursday, so it's a little story day. The Hunter and the Sun. This one is from Africa. It's what they call a dilemma story. So listen all the way to the end and let me know what you decide. Once there was a hunter who took his son out into the bush, and they didn't have any luck that day except for one rat that the father caught. But the son thought the rat was like, nothing and, not even worth keeping, so he threw it away. But at the end of the day, when they hadn't gotten anything, the father said, all right, let's at least take out the rat and we'll eat that. But the son said, well, I threw the rat away because I thought it was nothing, we would get something better. And the father really got enraged and he hit him with his axe, knocked him out. We don't know which side of the axe he hit him with, but that's what happened. And then he left him there. When the son got up later, he was dazed and really, really pissed. So he went back to his own village, and at night he gathered his stuff and he left. And he wandered on for a long time or a short time, whatever time it takes in these stories. He came to another village at night, and everybody was asleep in the village. But he found his way to the center hut where the chief was up. And he went in, and the chief said to him, boy, how goes it with you? And he told him the story about how he went to the woods with his father, and they only caught a rat, and he threw it away. And then at the end of the day, the father wanted to cook that. But since he didn't have it, the father got really upset with him and hit him with the axe, knocked him out. The chief says, indeed, indeed. Well, can you keep a secret? And the son said, yes. He said, well, I wish to say that you are my son. My real son was killed in a war party. And I wish to say now that somehow he wasn't killed, he was captured and he escaped. And now he's come back. Will you say that? And the son said, yes. And so the chief banged the drums to get everybody up. And they came to see, what's going on? They said, my son, who we thought was dead, has returned. So let's give him honor due to the chief's son. And everybody was like so happy, except for the advisors, the counselors to the king. They looked squinty-eyed at this whole thing. Says, no, I don't know if that's the son or not. Something's not right here. Anyway, the next day the counselors decided they weren't very happy with this new idea, the son. So they said, listen, we have to find out if he's really a king's son. So they told their own sons to take horses, take the king's son with you, and go out into the bush and kill all the horses and see what the king's son does. Now, fortunately, there was a talebearer who was listening to this, and so he whispered to the king, told him what was going on, and the king said to his newly adopted son, listen, when you get out to the forest, whatever they do, whatever the sons of the counselors do, you do also. So that's how it went. They went out into the bush, and they took the swords out, and they killed the horses, and then the king's son, he killed his horse too. And when they came back, and the sons of the counselors reported to them that the king's son did the same thing, they said, indeed, he must be the king's son. Who could have such wanton disregard for life as to kill a horse? We're still not sure. So they said, now next thing is, listen, take slaves out, take them out into the bush and kill them and see what the king's son does. Well, the same talebearer heard it again, told the king what was going on. The king passed it on to the son. So they went out there, and that's what happened. The sons of the counselors killed the slaves. The king's son killed his slave also. When they get back and they told the counselors, they said, indeed, he must be the son of the chief, because nobody else would have such wanton disregard for life. So they were satisfied, and that's how that went. Now, meanwhile, the father of the son missed his son, and he started searching all over for his son, asking people, have you seen a boy who looks such and such and is this height and goes that way? He said, well, no, we haven't seen anybody like that, but we think the king's son, the chief's son in this other village, we think he looks a little bit like him. So that's what he did. So he went to the village, he found the chief and said, I wish to take my son back home. And the chief said, but I've adopted him as my son now when you hurt him. He looked at the boy, and his father said, "Will you come with me?" And the king said, "You stay with me. You can still be my son, the son of a chief." There was no decision to be made. So the chief of the village said, "All right, I have a solution. Come with me." So they took a sword. The three of them went out into the bush, and then the chief gave the sword to the son and said, "All right, here's how it's going to go. Either you kill me, you take all my possessions and go back with your father, or you kill your father and you take your possession, your space, your place as my son. What are you going to do? Kill the father or kill the chief? What would you do if you were in the same situation?" You know what they said? "Off with the rat's head." Well, let me know what you think about the dilemma story. But in the meanwhile, I just want to remind you that every one of us has to practice some kind of spiritual discipline, even if it's not connected to an organized tradition. If you want to sustain a new way of being over a period of time to ensure that it's hardwired into your brain, that's why in yoga they call it sadhana, the corpus of practices that you use to work on yourself. In parinama, it takes time for transformations to happen. Now, another thing I'm interested in is people need to learn to speak well. In the whole Western tradition, creation exists because God says, "Let there be." Logos speaks being, brings being forth. So you can lay out a strategy for your life and pursue it much more successfully when you have a greater ability to articulate what your vision is. And that happens when the power of speech is well developed. So use your words wisely, and then pay attention, not just in your sitting practice or in your moments of silence, careful attention to differences. See the things that discriminate one thing from another, as well as the things that unite us. That's called viveka in yoga. And then respect them. Look again. Respect means from the word specchio, mirror. Don't judge people just by their cover. Look again. Find something to respect about them. And then, of course, all of the path is about developing your concentration, your one-pointedness, your ability to immerse yourself with an inward focus. So this is almost like what I call shamanic solitude. You have to bring determination to what you're doing so you can face the challenges and the tensions of all the no-win dilemmas and crises that we all have to face. But you have to have grit in you. Like Don Juan said, even if I gave you the key to the universe, but you had no personal power, it wouldn't do you any good. So develop that power, and remember the mantra for the day: I'm uplifted. Have fun along the way. Uplift yourself and have fun along the way.